obviously very disappointed. Um, we had several opportunities to respond and win the game, and we just fell short in every phase, really, offense, defense, and special teams. We've been doing a good job of responding in those areas when we had to win a game like this, but we didn't do it tonight. Was really disappointed in our inability to take advantage of field position. We pinned their offense in several times, and we kind of let them off the hook and drive the field. Those were back-breaking drives. We had very untimely penalties in the first half. I don't know. It's very frustrating, to say the least. But we had our opportunities to win this game. We didn't get it done. The season is definitely not over. We've got 2 games left, and we need to bounce back and respond this week. Obviously, we got two really competitive games left, and we've got to get ourselves back and ready to play those games. And I think we will, but it was disappointing on how this game was lost tonight. We could have played better, and so I got to find a way to hit those issues and make sure we do a better job next time.
All right, with that, we'll go ahead and open it up for questions.
Coach, you had mentioned those penalties. Do you feel that was the difference in this game and the result tonight?
I don't know. It's very frustrating. I mean, we have the worst timing on calls that I've ever seen in a season, and I've tried to address it, but it's an issue. It's a definite issue, and I think we got to respond better. I mean, the third downs are a big issue on defense. We weren't able to stop them, get off the field, and that was probably a bigger factor than the penalties, to be honest with you. We had a couple timely bad ones in the first half that I addressed with the officials. I wasn't happy with them, and that's been a little bit of a trend for us, and so we'll continue to address it with them, and it's been a really strange year turnover wise. I mean, we did not turn it over. They did not turn it over. I mean, most games have been that way, and so it really comes down to third down. It comes down to scoring in the red zone and taking advantage of your field position, and really those were the main factors tonight. Was the field position and the third downs. We're usually very, very good defensively on third down. We were not tonight. We were not, and so that was tough to overcome.
You coach with Todd Graham. You know him pretty well. Did that 4th and 6 call going for it surprise you at all, or how did you feel on that?
No, not at all. It's you play to win, and that didn't surprise me at all. And the thing that killed us on that drive was the beginning of the drive was the kick. The kickoff was poor, and the return put us in a tough situation. And then and obviously the quarterback scrambled around and made plays and did a really good job tonight. He did an excellent job, and we got beat on some third down pick plays and sprint outs that we didn't adjust to very well, which is disappointing. And we're going to continue to see that kind of stuff. But at this point of the season, we've seen a lot of those schemes, and we should have adjusted them better than we did tonight. So it is what it is. We let one slip away, and it's a bitter pill to swallow, but we're going to have to bounce back and get ourselves back together and be ready to get going again next week.
mentioned it briefly in your opening statement. You know, the season's not over, still 2 more games to go, and you still have that possibility, a real possibility of playing in a Mountain West title game. Was that just one of the bigger messages to your team afterward, and just to still be in a position to say you can get there?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you know, we played very well this season. We're definitely one of the better teams in this league, and it's gonna come down to how we finish. You know, that's gonna be the determining factor of how this season will be looked back on for us. So, you know, it's like I said at the beginning of the year, it's a sprint. It's not a marathon this year. It's an 8-game season, and you gotta play well every week and win as many as you can. And you know, we're gonna have to bounce back and try to find a way to win next week.
Coach, with Dom leaving the game, what kind of status or does he have right now? What do you know about him at this point in time that you can tell us?
I don't really know. He's got an ankle injury. I don't know how bad it is. We'll probably get it looked at a little bit more when we get home, and hopefully it's not something that's too bad where it's going to keep him out for any extended amount of time. So, you know, he's a valuable player. He's an emotional guy. He just brings so much energy and relentlessness in the heart of that defense. And you know, he was missed. He was missed the second half of the game, but you know, we're going to have to step up and respond. And so it's you know, it's tough to lose a good player like him, but we're going to have to find a way to respond to that.
Coach, what's one of the biggest things, just I know you haven't been able to watch any film or anything yet, obviously, but just one of the biggest things that you want your guys to take away from this game tonight?
You know, it's just, you know, when you know, we were undefeated before this game, I mean, people are going to play their best against you. It's just the way it is, and we would be the same way. And so you got to be prepared for that, and when you get that, you have to respond at certain points of the game to have a chance to win the game. And you know, we did some things in the second half. We came out and scored, but then you know, there's always those drives where you have to respond. You have to stop people, and then the offense has a chance to respond. I would have liked to seen us get the ball back there and have a chance to win the game at the end, but that just wasn't the case. And so, you know, we have to do better on third down. We've been one of the better teams in the conference defensively on third down, and we just weren't tonight. We just weren't. And you know, that's something we got to learn from. You know, we had several players that had opportunities to respond, and we didn't respond very well. So we have to look at that and see why, and see if we can address that and help them be better.
Did Hawaii's defense do anything that maybe surprised, you know, your offense a little bit different than what you guys?
No, you know, I mean, people either make two choices. They're either going to try to pressure us or they're going to try to cover, and they decided to cover, and they double covered Romeo, and they didn't give him a chance to run vertical. And you know, we were able to run the ball because of that, and but we just didn't finish enough. We didn't finish enough drives. You know, we had untimely penalties when we did convert on fourth down, and so you know, we got to be better than that. And you know, the untimely flinch or the jump off sides, it's got to be eliminated. We can't continue to live that way. It's just too difficult. And you know, I thought Carson didn't have big numbers, but I thought he played really within the game, and you know, was smart with the football and really took his shots at the end and gave us a chance to win the game. So you know, it'll be we'll probably know a little bit more on depth once we look at the film. But you know, in a game where you don't turn the ball over, you know, field position becomes really important, and third down. And that was the big difference in this game was the third downs.